All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into what we really do,
Okay,
guys.
go ahead.
We're here for a reason, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
people want to know, are they the asshole or are they not the
Oh,
asshole?
nah.
You know?
I feel you.
Some people want to know. I want to know.
You want to know?
I want to know.
Bet.
We got some good ones this week. I'm not going to lie. I scoured the internet. Made sure to get the best ones we can possibly find.
Mhm.
All right? We're going to go through them today. All right. So the first title. Am I the asshole for telling my friend she's delusional about her dating prospects? We're getting there.
Fam, I've told people that before.
We're going there.
So,
I know you told me that before.
Fam, a lot of people shoot for the stars
Yeah.
instead of knowing what they actually can get.
That's
I don't
true.
think that's too disrespectful.
But is that a bad thing?
She sounds reasonable.
Right off bat. Is it bad to want the best for yourself?
I think it's easy to I could say that to you guys, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you guys would catch feelings. You'd be like, yeah, you're right, fam. But if I was to say that, I think it'd be much harder conversation for the other gender.
Think so?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because then I think because
Isn't that
they put a standard and they want that person that they want to reach that specific standard, right?
Fair enough.
You know, or they would feel like they are settling.
Fair enough.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
So you have high standards, though.
Yeah.
Extremely high.
I'm happy with whatever comes, fam.
Are you? He's a humble guy, everybody. I promise you. He's the most humble guy I know, man. All right, let's get into this. It's a little bit of a read, so bear with me, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I, 26 female, have a friend. I'll call her Lisa, also 26. For years, she and I were the single ones amongst people we knew, and we would commensurate with each other. Okay.
They're chilling?
I guess they're hanging out.
Fair enough.
Above me. I actively avoided relationships while she dated a lot, but neither of us had met the right person. I met my boyfriend nearly a year ago, and that means Lisa is the only single person of our group of acquaintances, which she talks about quite often. The thing about Lisa is that she has very high standards. Standards are great, and it's not that I think she should settle, but I truly think she is being unrealistic at times. Because of the job I used to do and my background, I move in the same circles as these guys, and she says are her type, and in my experience, she's not the type of girl that they're likely to go for. Obviously, this is a generalization, but I think that I've met enough of these guys to see a pattern. I've never told her this because I didn't see the need or benefit to either of us. I just listened and try to be there for her as a friend. Recently, we were having drinks, and Lisa was talking about how she hasn't had any success online dating. She said that all the guys she talked to wanted to hook up and nothing more, and she was constantly messaged by guys she wasn't attracted to or who she thought didn't meet her minimum standards.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to comfort her, but she started asking me how I found my boyfriend and why I think she can't get anyone who is her type as well. I didn't know what to say to that, so I just said she had to keep looking. She was getting very upset and seemed to genuinely want help, so she kept asking for advice and for me to be more honest. Then, she asked if I thought her standards were too high. I said maybe she should focus on her core needs rather than looking for a guy that ticks every box. She got annoyed at this and said I was telling her she should settle and asked if I thought she was going above her level with the guy she was going for. I said that wasn't really what I said, but she saw through it and said that I was basically saying she didn't deserve the guy she wants. I said that's not the case. Everyone deserves what makes them happy, but it's whatever you can find with somebody who's willing to give it to you. A relationship is two people and you're not entitled to one. Lisa then snapped back that was rich coming from me, she says, since I'm the most entitled person she's ever met. And at this point, I was done with her whining and I said at least I wasn't deluded about my prospects. She left very angry. This has got to a round of our friends and some of them think that I'm right, but my closest friend said maybe I could have been a little bit more gentle. My boyfriend said she needed to hear it because she's only making a fool out of herself. Am I the asshole?
Nah, she's not.
Tell us why.
A lot of people are convinced that their type should like them back, but that's not always the case. Just because you have a type of person that you're interested in doesn't necessarily mean that that type is interested in you. You know what I mean?
Fair.
And also, I feel like, did you mention the age of this person?
Yeah, they're both 26.
Okay, they're interesting age, like mid-20s. I really think the younger you are, the more important certain things are. Like you want somebody to be beautiful, you want somebody to be fit, you want somebody to be blah blah blah. And most of the time, that's typically not what's important. It's what kind of wheels you in, but what makes you stay is stuff like the core beliefs, you know? I do think he didn't get specific as to what she's interested in, of course, right? But we can only guess what it is. But
well, they stress that she has higher standards.
Yeah, but a lot of those things are probably not important in the long run. You know, I can only gauge that.
Like superficially.
Yeah, like a lot of those stuff are not for long term. You know, and to be frank, like I saw this TikTok once that was like, you're never gonna find somebody who's perfectly for you. You have to find somebody who has a very similar belief system and core values as you, and hope that the other things fall into place. Because you're never gonna find someone who's your 100%. But maybe somebody 75, 80, 90, you can find that, And I think she's so dead set on ticking every box to make sure that that person is everything.
Right.
That's not feasible. It's never going to happen. And if it does happen, shout out to her. But I really don't think that is an option that is available to her at the moment. And the people who are interested in her, like, those are the people who probably are in her bucket of pool to choose from. She just doesn't like looking at those people.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. What do you think?
I don't think she's an asshole for what she said. She's an asshole for how she said it. Like, you're never, for something that important to somebody, it might not be important for everybody. For her, it seems like this is a life journey that she's going through right now. And she's in her mid-20s, so we're all still kind of immature. So, that's not for an angry conversation. That type of, people just need some support. People just need some... She just needs some kind hands, it seems like. She just needs some gentle hands, it seems like. It doesn't seem like she's the type of person that takes that message well.
Yeah.
So just take her for coffee once and just take it down easy instead of trying to cut her at the knees. Because she does need to hear it, but she doesn't need to hear it in that tone. And she needs someone to at least give her a proper message of support and say, hey, like, you've had a tough road and maybe this won't work, but try this instead.
Yeah.
And if she's looking for advice, she's asking you how you find yours. It's not the time to be high-minded about yourself and think. She sort of thinks that she's in a better position and a better situation, and that's what she's trying to look for. She's looking at you because you're in a better situation.
Yeah.
And so I think she's not an asshole for what she said. It's how she said it. And how she approached it.
Yeah. And I agree with what you're saying. Kind of to piggyback what you're saying, I feel like, because in this story, she was describing that her friend was trying to ask her to be honest with her more, give her advice. And she was kind of like putting her in a position where she wanted to get her best advice or opinion out of it, right? But in that sense, I don't think that she wanted to get such a harsh reality check as to what's going on. Because yeah, it could be right. She could have too high standards and she could be missing out on great opportunities. But on the flip side, when you're kind of vocalizing that to somebody, it can come off as you should settle or you should not have as high expectations, because in their mind they can think that they're better than they actually are, but reality could be telling them otherwise, and they don't want to internalize that at a time like that. They just want the best thing for them, right?
Yeah.
She's looking at her friend who's in a happy relationship with somebody who she really wants to be with, and she's envious of that, wants her life to align with that, right? So of course she wants to find somebody she's interested in and she's involved with, that she's there for because they meet her expectations. But at the same time too, it's a long road if you're gonna go there. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to see some people that you're not rocking with, or some guys that are not what you thought they were, for you to get to that level. And it's the same thing for everybody. Some people just get it at different times of life.
Yeah.
I just think that the way that the friend or the person that's writing the story responded to her was a little unnecessary, because at that time, I don't think that girl was looking for just genuine advice. I think, like Mukhtar was saying, she's looking for just support, like somebody that they can lean on and tell them it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry, keep going at it and stuff like that. They don't necessarily need to know the reasons and why they're failing at this time. They just need a support system. And it doesn't even sound like they were really that close friends, because they have this friend group that they were talking about that.
No, but they were the two. They were the two that.
They were the two single friends originally.
Remember the word that was used, like they killed together all the time. Forgot what that word was, but it sounded very suspect. It's like they were
commissary.
They were like Yeah.
Yeah.
So
why's commissary sound suspect?
I don't know. Sounded bizarre, but
What they be doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
26-year-olds?
Suspicious.
I don't be commiserating on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't be commiserating on
But
it.
let me guys ask you a question. But before we get into that, I do want to say, her type. One of the things that I thought about is, does she value those things, or should she value those things? Because the people who she's currently looking for are non-committal, are asking for short-term benefits. Maybe I think she needs to go back to the drawing board and see exactly what's important to her. Are these things important to her? Because they're all leading her to the same direction of people who just want to sleep with her,
Mhm.
you know, compared to looking for the other individuals who actually want to start something with her, you know? But the question I did have for you guys is, would you ever feel comfortable having this conversation with your friends? And how would you tell them in the way that you would want to receive it?
To be honest with you, I would never tell somebody what they should look for in somebody else.
Okay.
I think everybody's entitled to what they want in life, and they should be the judge of whether or not that's right for them or not. You know, so I can't tell somebody what to want
Okay.
ever. It's not. It just doesn't work in my mind. But at the same time, if somebody is having difficulties finding somebody,
Mhm.
right, and they want my opinion or advice into helping them navigate that issue,
Yeah.
then I will give them logical reasons or logical solutions that they can use to help. And it is difficult too, because nobody wants to hear, like, in a sense, you're telling them you're not good enough, you know,
Mm.
or you're not as bad as you think you are, or you're not as handsome as you think you are. Like, nobody's trying to hear that. But in a sense, that's kind of what the reality of the fact is. So in that, you kind of have to kind of play, or you kind of have to use your words very selectively, depending on the level of relationship you have with this person,
Yeah.
because it could come off as insulting. So in that sense, I feel like you need to kind of read the room when you're giving advice like that, especially if you're in a position where you're in a relationship
Yeah.
and you're happy. You need to give the most sound and logical advice to somebody that doesn't come off as disrespectful or demeaning, or, like, you know, in any way that can hurt their self-esteem. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing to be mindful about in that. You can have those conversations, yes, but be mindful that you're pulling at somebody's emotional strings, especially in a time where they're trying to have an emotional connection with somebody else. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing I'll say about that.
Fair enough. How about you? How would you want to receive that? If like, I'll paint a picture. Let me paint you a scenario.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me paint you a scenario.
Bob Ross, let's go.
Got you. So let's say, Mukhtar, you were looking for maybe 2 years, you
Yeah.
know, and everybody who you were interested in wasn't like responding or like conveying the same type of connection that you wanted, right?
Mhm.
And then you come to me and you're like, yo, what am I doing wrong, bro? Like, why don't these women like me? Like, how would you want me to tell you that what you're doing is not working?
What are you looking for? What type of characteristics and type of person are you selecting?
Okay.
Why? What did they have in common that you were attracted to?
Mm-hmm.
And what can you prioritize over one over other that could be more important? If a person doesn't have money, but she's a hard worker, if she is empathetic, but she's a little bit flaky, like
Yeah.
what matters more to you, and what can you accept and what can you live with, and what are you willing to develop with somebody?
Mm-hmm.
I think those are some target things that someone should look for.
Yeah.
I don't think, yeah, you're right. I don't think you should just shoot someone's ideal person down, but try to build up other characteristics that you've seen and whoever she's been with or whoever you've been with, and try to find someone more ideal that you can sustain a life with. Because I don't think, I've heard a lot of people say love doesn't last. If you like the person, that lasts.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a key thing that we learn as we're growing up, though. So that's how I would want to be approached.
Fair.
Just what are the characteristics you're looking for, and what are the characteristics that you're willing to develop?
Yeah. For me personally, like, you can tell me, like, I like feedback when it's given to me straight, like, no bullshit. If you, like, you know how the way she told it right here, that would have been a reality check for me. Like, damn, you're right still.
But
Maybe-
that's more
maybe
of
I
a,
need to go
don't
back
you
to
think
the
that's
drawing
more of a masculine thing?
Maybe, but I've known women who are like that too, where it's like, just tell it to me, cut the bullshit.
So
Just tell me what it is.
you would want to come out in an argument?
No.
That's
I
how it
I
came
wouldn't be
off.
argumentative. Like, if,
Yeah.
for example,
No, you're saying if you're on the receiving end,
Yeah, if I was
you
on
want
the
it to be
receiving
blunt
end.
and harsh. and
exactly, if
wanna
you
get-
told me, yo, your type's type,
Mhm.
they're not looking for people like you.
you would hear that out.
I'll be like, yo, say more. What is, tell me what exactly you
But you
mean by
also do understand the people that can't handle that as well.
fair enough. Yeah, to that point, I do understand people receive information differently, and people can catch feelings depending on some stuff. But for me, like, if you guys ever just tell me the flat out truth, rather than me having to put a puzzle piece together, Like, I don't like that. You just don't tell me little things and be like, you'll figure it out. No, nigga, tell me what it is.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Why'd you get so aggressive?
No, I'm tired. I hate that line. Yo, you'll figure it out eventually, bro. No, nigga, tell me right now.
You don't want hope. You want answers.
Tell me.
You want
What
answers.
am I doing wrong, man?
I need answers. I get it.
Therapy wouldn't work for you then.
Funny enough, I do talk to my family about that.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in therapy for some people. And I think therapy is a great option for getting your mental health in check and making sure that you hold yourself accountable. But with the same breath, I don't think therapy is for everybody. And I think I fall under that bracket.
Because I think that's the whole thing, is them baby walking you through your issues and you talking to yourself.
No, I do think that is a huge understatement as to what actually happens. I think therapy is very therapeutic for people who require it. I will say that.
That is true.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And there are different therapists that go about it differently. I like, the one that is kind of popularized is kind of the one where it's like, tell me about yourself, I don't think it's generally like that. They actually communicate to you and talk to you about your inner thoughts and stuff like that. But me personally, that's not for me, And for who it is, shout out to them. But I like to take things very straightforward. Like, tell me how it is,
Let me ask you guys a question. What do you guys feel about matchmaking?
Interesting. Give me what do you mean?
I mean, like, it's a person that's having an issue with finding a match in somebody else, and then another person that you may know from the opposite gender that is also having an issue with that, putting those two people together.
That person would have to know me.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming they both know you. Both parties know you really well.
But I would there's only a few people that I would like in my life that I would want to matchmake me because they know everything. Like, like the stuff that you don't want to say out loud that you're looking for in a partner. I want the person, my matchmate. Yo, why you look at me like that?
What was that look?
Yo, listen. You know what I mean, fam?
Yeah, I pieced the stuff together.
But there are some stuff that are uncomfortable saying out loud that you're looking for in a partner, I would want the matchmaker to know the inner workings of my mind and as to what I'm looking for and know what that person at the same time,
What about you matchmaking?
What, me?
Yeah, is that something that you subscribe to?
Sure, but it only under certain circumstances.
Yeah, but you feel like that's not taboo.
No, I don't think so. What's the difference between that and online dating?
Well, online dating is you looking...
Instead of the algorithm putting you in there, you actually have somebody who's putting you here and putting you guys together.
So you look at it in a positive light.
Yeah, but under certain circumstances. Not like I don't believe in like sometimes like when parents put people together. I don't. It's not for me.
That's different. I mean more so along like same age group, same friend group and stuff like. How about you? What are your thoughts on matchmaking?
I don't have an issue with it. It just depends on. I think people, whether someone knows you to that depth, that would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's a lot of people, and some people just see a kind heart in you and see a kind heart in someone else. So yeah, they may be good together.
That's fair.
Like there's surface level stuff. Like me, I'm not too loud. I'm not too argumentative. I don't run. And some people say, hey, that girl's kind of quiet too. She's she has a calm personality about her. Hey, maybe they'd be good together. That's just an experience that you can try. I don't think a lot of people would be good at it, but the fact that you're thinking of me in that moment and you're trying to think of me and you're looking at my best qualities and that person's best qualities, I find that nice of them, and I'm in favor of it because we all just need more experience. If you're inexperienced in dating, your marriage will have a little bit of trouble, I believe. What
about you as matchmaker? Do you subscribe to that?
I think I don't know. It depends on who it is. If it was one of you guys, I know you guys that well.
So you do.
Then I would try it. But if it was someone like a surface level friend that I don't know too well, I wouldn't. So yeah, it just depends on the closeness of the person.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah,
I came to you one day like, yo, Mukhtar, I'm interested. Yo,
I don't like how you're approaching me right now.
I'm like, yo, Mukhtar, I'm interested. Could you find me a matchmaker? Would you feel comfortable doing that on my behalf?
Yeah, I would always look out and.
He would find you a really good girl.
You think so?
I really trust this guy's intuition a lot.
You know my type?
Huh?
Not
No,
even
my
about
type.
your type. This guy just knows that he can read somebody, you know? It just has that effect.
Fair enough.
But wallahi, the something serious though.
Go ahead.
I don't know what it is, but like, you guys know the word nur?
Yeah, light.
Like, yeah, someone that has a glow about them.
Mhm.
That's the stuff that's been pointed like over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I would see someone with that glow about them, and it would make me happy. And then I would start thinking about, who would I have? So that thoughts have come to me of who I would know that would be good for this person, because there's certain people that come around that they have that glow about them that someone around me would be good for them, and that would bring them some sort of happiness.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, the only reason why I brought that up because I feel like that's a lost luxury in our society today. Because we have all these dating apps, we have all these social medias and stuff, and you could just DM the person that you're interested in, but it's a surface level personality that they give you. You know, like they're showing you the highlights, as opposed to, like you're saying, you see somebody that has some sort of even general similarities to somebody you know, and you think that they could be a match for each other. That could push them into a better relationship than just DMing somebody cold in the open. You know. So I feel like it's a lost luxury that people don't do anymore.
Yeah.
That could help a lot of people in situations like this person right here. Like, oh, you know what? You're looking for a guy. I know this guy that this that. And then and then they get together, and it's more so like I feel like those relationships tend to last a little more because they have a little bit of like they have a reference behind them. You know what I mean? So it's like
I also think there's more pressure for those relationships to work out.
that is true. That is true. But it's more of a calculated effort to get them together because they have common similarities together. And those things built over time and growing with each other, like I feel like they'll phase out their negativity as time goes on, you know, if they are meant to be for each other.
Yeah.
But that really does help, you know?
But
and I think it's a lost luxury. But go ahead.
Sorry, why would it be more pressure?
Because now that there's somebody in between you guys.
Yeah, you don't want to disrespect that relationship or
if you guys don't work out, and it's for a reason that is one of their faults, the middleman might be made weird, you know? Like
I think that's immaturity though.
That is immaturity. You have to be a mature person to realize that this is just a matchmaker that's bringing you together. It's up to you after.
No, fair. But I'll give you an example. Like if me and if my sister presented me with somebody, and I was like, cool, I'll talk to her in the pursuit of marriage, and let's say I messed up, okay? I feel like I not only took away from my sister's word because she probably spoke on my behalf like, yo, he's really awesome, he's really cool, he's everything you're looking for. So not only did I shit on her, but I also probably made their relationship less, you know?
But you can always talk. That's life, man.
Yeah.
That's really it, you know?
What I'm saying is if you're going to go that route, just know
Yeah, there is consequences for sure. Of course, there is like, relationships can be severed like you're saying, but at the same time too, it's for the greater good, you know? You want to see you want to see this relationship turn into a long-lasting relationship and then be the person who brought them together in the beginning, right? If it does end up having to end up breaking off at some point, that is a reality that they saw coming too. Like that's something that they both signed up for. So it's not necessarily on one person's fault. It does hurt that relationship, but that's just life at the end of the day.
And I think I would assume would go on that, try to take that attempt because for the love of your sister. How you would approach it, right?
No. Like, I wouldn't pursue somebody for the love of
No, I'm saying you would, since you love your sister, you know your sister knows you.
Yeah.
You would take that, I'll
consider it.
But go explore this.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't disrespect her because, this was such a good recommendation.
Yeah,
and even after the fact, I think you would still be the type of person to keep the peace, you know, like, and not be like weird about things interacting.
I could be awkward, fam.
Yeah, but you're not confrontational. You're not going to start arguments out of nowhere. You know, you're just going to scour your face, look a little cheese in the corner.
I'm the person who's like...
They're huffing and puffing a little bit.
You know, I just have the B word face, you know? I'm not confrontational, you know? But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. So that's why I don't think anything, it wouldn't be something crazy you would do that would sever the relationship, that would harm that much of your sister's friendship.
Yeah, but I'm not. I was giving myself as an example, but I'm saying for the most cases for matchmaking, this is a example that may happen. You know, like it may sever the relationship between somebody and the matchmaker.
But that's fine. I could have got a marriage out of it.
Fair, but for you, it's like a relationship that was never meant to be. For the matchmaker, it's like I just lost a friendship.
That's a good point.
But you got smashed. Oh, we'll leave it at that. Let's put a bow on this conversation, guys.
Anyways,
let's put a bow on this conversation. Do you think she's the asshole?
How she approached it, yeah.
I think she's the asshole. And you?
I agree.
Also the
yeah.
asshole? Okay. All right. And if you guys have any thoughts about that, lay it down in the comments below. This guy's going to read every single comment and respond to it. And he's going to send you a selfie too of what
Yo, man, watch me to send nudes.
he's going to send you guys a selfie of what he's doing in that moment when he's reading your comment. So please comment, tell your friends, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, everybody. I need to see those comments filled if you want to see his selfies.
Yo, this guy's selling me, fam.
I got it, bro. With a lineup like that?
Diddy, fam.
With a lineup like that?
We have to. How are we gonna get to the next level?
Come on, man. There's levels to
I'm
this.
fucking dead.